Hello, my name is Greg Walk and this is my post-mortem for Full Sail's Level Design course, June of 2014. I want to talk a little bit about the level and some of the things that I've learned, some of the things that I've tried, and places where I feel like I succeeded and places where I feel like I could have done better. This was our first experience in this design degree where we've been working with actual 3D development software. Just a little bit of playing around with UDK was about the extent of my knowledge in using these programs. And this is my first opportunity to play with Unity. Now, within this level, in addition to the elements that I've already illustrated environment-wise, we're also supposed to have the player, and it is played much like a first-person shooter, but without enemies or shooting. The player will spawn within the shantytown that we have here, and will be responsible for collecting 5 items that will allow them access through the gate, around the forest, and over to the hang glider. They will then fix the hang glider, and they will fly around and land in the valley below, and the shantytown will explode. There's a cinematic at the very beginning, which gives the player a sort of a glimpse at what they're supposed to do, and the fixing of the hang glider and the flying around is also handled by a cinematic as well. I'm going to go ahead and play the level and talk a little bit more about some of the things that I've done and where I felt that I did well and places that I felt like I could have done a little better. So this is the cinematic, and it's my first experience playing with the animation, so to speak. The idea is to have it go around and give the player a little glimpse of these 5 keys that they're needing to find. Give them an idea as to what they're supposed to be looking for. It's a little shaky, a little quick at times. It does give the player, the general idea of what they're supposed to be doing, so as far as confusion is concerned, I'm not terribly worried about that, but even though it's my first experience making the animation, I would have liked it to have gone a little bit smoother. Additionally, the keys here are set to glow when you're in the vicinity. If I were to move away from them, they would turn off. I don't believe there's a way to have them on during the cinematic. It would have been nice if there is. Ultimately, outside of what I was able to learn in the course this month. By collecting these, I'll be able to then open the door. Now, the well wasn't prefabricated. I am a little proud of this. I did want to expand it a little further, maybe give it a little bit more of a beat down rustic look, but it was a little something extra that I wanted to add to the shantytown. And these shacks here, just to cast a nice shadow, felt like it was a good place to hide the key. Terrain wise, I didn't feel comfortable trying to create a paved road for the entire setting here. So I did go with ultimately a dirt platform up where the shantytown is, and outside it does fade or transition into grass. So now the door will be open, and we'll be able to go out to the hang glider. One of the things I really liked about the Unity editor, I may have just created my own word, is how easy it was to create the trees and the grass and to give them physics, even to go in and so much as set up colliders. That was a great add. And even though my experience with UDK is very limited, I do remember having much more difficulty trying to do that. So here's the cinematic. The mountains, they were originally a lot more slopey, a lot more tall, very, very smooth, unrealistic, and I have made improvements to them throughout, and I do feel like they look a lot better now than they did in weeks 1 and 2 of the course. One thing that I would have liked to have learned to have done is to time the explosion on the shantytown. I was able to come up with a script to set off the explosions so that you could see them in the cinematic, but I really would have liked to have learned how to time them. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with the project, and I'm looking forward to moving onward in the course. I hope you've enjoyed this and look forward to my future works.